Okay, so we're gonna jump into InDesign and we're going to make a brochure. First part is setting up the space, and we'll cover the second part later. Okay, so first part, setting up the space. Let's go to InDesign, and we want to make a new document. Okay, couple things here. One thing to know is that you want to turn off facing pages. Okay, and you see this, all this stuff automatically comes up because I got the preview thing turned on right down here. Bleed and slug. You'll notice all these strange numerics here. I believe it's picas. Yeah, possibly picas. I think, or points. I don't know. I use inches. Anyway, all you want to do, it's letter size. So this is 51 by 66 is 8.5 by 11. You can go in and change all these to whatever increment you desire. So bleed. You want bleed. Bleed is basically when you have color going to the very edge of a document. The bleed is that extra little bit that you want to extend the image outside the document. So when it goes to print, they can actually print a little bit extra and then it gets trimmed off. So it gives the appearance that the image does print right to the edge. So you want to put at least an eighth of an inch, 0.125, and you just type in IN for inches. And because this is all linked right here, and you just hit OK, it's going to actually give you a bleed and everything. Now, if you hit OK, say I don't want a brochure like this. Say I want a brochure horizontal. I'm going to go to Document, Setup. Oh, come here. There you go. Bring me back here and just click this guy. And that's just going to rotate it from portrait to landscape. Okay, everything else looks good. We're good to go. Okay, so first thing I'm going to do is I'm actually going to change the increments. If you want, you can actually go up here, I believe. You hold the Alt key down, you hit go up to the ruler, Alt key, go to inches, and it's only going to change the top. You got to go over to the other side too and change it to inches as well. So you could do it that way, or you could go to preferences. I believe it's under edit. Let's see. Oh, I forget. Control K is usually what I use. So it would be Alt K or Command K. There we go. It's going to bring you up this, and then you want to go down to units and increments. You want to there's your inches there, okay, and inches, etc., etc. Keyboard increments. This is a really nice thing to have. Size and leading. Basically adjusting your point sizes. If you want to have a bit more control, which I like to do, at least go down to 0.125 of an inch. It helps out quite a bit. Everything else is pretty much good. Cursor key, that's basically like if you use the arrow keys to nudge an object back and forth, this is how much it moves at once. If you want to be really precise, you can go down, but it really helps. So anyway, we're going to go OK. Now, we've got this document. So first thing we want to do is we want to make a rectangle. Now, the thing is that we want to make, there's on a brochure, there's 3 panels, right? You got the, I'm just going to go in here and make, you've got, let's see, this is back, inside. Somewhere around here is the back. And this is a brochure, so if you look at the cover and then you open it up, and this is the front. Okay, and then there's going to be an inside as well. So that's kind of what you're looking at. But where's the folds on this, right? The best way to do this and the most precise way is not with columns and setting up a document that way, but just make a rectangle. It's way faster and way easier, and you know it's right because you're doing the math. So first thing I want to do is I'm going to double click on my layer to name it. I'm going to call it grid, whatever. Okay, I want to go to this guy, rectangle, and I'm going to make this. Let's see if I can find my calculator here. Okay, get calculator up. Okay, so quick math. You want to divide 8 to 11 inches divided by 3. Okay, so 11 divided by 3 equals always this. So you want to type in the width of each panel is going to be at least 3.666, at least 3 decimal places. If you do less than that, what's going to happen is you're going to end up with some weird folds and it's not going to look right. Okay, so 3.666, okay? I'm just going to keep that right there. It's going to disappear, okay? So this rectangle is going to be, and if you really want to have fun, bring it right up in the top corner, okay? And I'm just going to click anywhere and it's going to tell me what to do. It's going to come up with a little dialog box to put numeric input. So I'm going to put width 3.666 at least. Okay. Height is going to be 8.5, right? 8.5. There we go. Okay, there's my square. Now the thing is, it's got to be right up to the top corner. So I'm going to use my move arrow. Just click it and drag it right up there. And it's going to, snapping is what it's called. It's going to want to like just snap right up there. Okay, awesome. Well, there's one panel. How do I do the others? Well, gee whiz, I don't know. You can copy and paste them. You can kind of try to eyeball things, but the best way to do it is called a step and repeat. It's under Edit, Step and Repeat. What this does, I've already been messing around. See, it also remembers what you did last time. So we want to repeat this twice. We don't want any vertical. We are horizontal. You can see it's repeating 3.61. We want it to repeat 3.666. Notice how everything snaps in line, and it's super awesome. Okay, and that's, you can see it because I got the preview turned on. If I turn this off, you can't see anything. Go OK. Awesome. There's my grid. Done. Okay, this is going to tell me exactly where those folds are going to be. It's important to know what the folds are going to be, because if I have an image that is only supposed to go on the one panel, and I've got important information on the back panel, how am I supposed to know, when this goes to print, is that image going to creep over? Well, now I know, because I've got an exact line. It's way better than setting InDesign up with columns and crap and guessing, and it's better this way. So there's our grid. Now we want to make some fold marks. Fold marks are what appear not on the inside of the document, but on the bleed area. They appear in the bleed area. It's never going to get printed. Well, it's going to get printed, but it's going to be trimmed off anyway, right? So we're going to make another layer. We're going to double click and call this fold lines. Okay, so, and you want to make sure this one's locked because you don't want to move this around. So I'm going to zoom in here. And you can use your ruler tool. You want to use a ruler tool back over here. Oops, I already accidentally drew one. You just go in the ruler on the edge, click, drag it out, and you want to kind of snug that thing up right there. And it's going to want to snap into position. So let go, and that's what you want right there. So then after we have this done, I want you to go to your line tool right there, and I want you to click and drag up. You don't want to drag it down, you want to drag it up. Okay? Let's see, drag it up like so. Boom. Now, this thing should be about 1 point. You can actually go in here and adjust it to 1.25 of a point. Sometimes it's kind of hard to see, but the skinnier they are, the more precise the line. So 0.25 is good. Okay, once that's done, you want to just click on it, select it. You want to do the step and repeat again. Step and repeat. This time, you don't have to type anything in, the numbers down here, because that remembers it. But you want to repeat it 3 times this time, because you're going 3. So if I go 3, go OK, and I'm going to zoom out. There's my other guys right there. And that's where the fold marks are going to be. Now, the reason why I got you to do these ones is just, to make sure that when you go into 3.666, that it is lining up, that your measurements are correct. It's kind of like a way to check your work. Okay? So the thing is that we need to do them on the bottom too. So you could do a step and repeat. Okay? You can group it. And you got to figure out how much space this thing is taking. So usually what I do is I just do a step and repeat and just duplicate it down here somewhere. So let's see, this is, he just guessed it. You could do 8.5, It's 8.5 by, it's 8 inches tall. So if I do a step and repeat of, let's see, we want just to repeat it once. And I'm going to go over here and go 0. And I'm going to go back here and let's do 8.5. Let's see. There we go. And it brings it down here. That's okay. It made a copy of it. So the important thing is that nothing moves. You don't want to move anything. So you can actually just kind of nudge this down with the arrow keys. Keep nudging it. As long as it's outside of this bleed area, okay? Because it's really just for reference for you. There. Now you're done. Now, lock that. Save it, okay? You want to save this thing. I haven't saved it yet. I better save it quick. Let's see. Look, there's all the stuff I do for you guys. It's driving me crazy, but hey, it's awesome, right? Okay, let's go brochure 2, because I probably made one already. Okay, so there you go. That's how to properly set up a document. Oh, and one more thing. Well, that's one page, right? That's one face of the brochure. You need another face. So you want to go to your pages, okay? Here's an awesome trick. You don't have to recreate anything. Okay, if you have this selected, right, because it's just your only page, if I go to this over here and I go to duplicate spread, okay, so I got this selected and there's a little icon right here, duplicate spread, it's going to duplicate that page. It better duplicate that page. There we go. Exact copy. All the crops are there, everything's there. So InDesign's awesome. There you go. So there's your starting point, and with this you have got great rules. Everything is set up for you to do an awesome brochure. Check in next time.